In our relentless, compulsive drive for more, we are not only failing to enhance our well-being, we are making ourselves sick. Despite the dramatic rise in material wealth for most Americans, happiness and health have not kept pace. Instead, the pressures of securing and maintaining this wealth in a volatile economy have fueled an accelerated, competitive lifestyle that robs us of sleep, fuels anxiety, and tears apart the social bonds that sustain families and communities. As intensely social creatures, we are wired to be loyal and protective of those we trust while remaining wary, even hostile, toward outsiders. This dual nature, combined with the deep instinct for self-preservation, often leads us into self-destructive patterns, driven by unconscious forces and conflicting desires. The American story, rich with the restless energy and ingenuity of migrants, celebrates individual achievement and the quest for betterment. Yet, this very drive has morphed into an unbridled, manic pursuit that strains our bodies, minds, and relationships. In a world of abundance, the great challenge is no longer survival but discipline, the ability to moderate our impulses and resist the lure of overindulgence. This book seeks to raise your self-awareness, empowering you to make conscious choices that break the cycle of strain and help reclaim your health, happiness, and humanity from the grip of our modern American mania. Welcome to Ease of Education, where knowledge meets clarity and growth begins. We believe true freedom, whether on field of finance, self-improvement, or entrepreneurship, it starts with the right education. That's why our mission is simple: to bring you deep, meaningful book summaries on the share market that don't just inform, they transform. Our videos may be slightly longer, but that's because we value depth over shortcuts. We focus on giving you the full picture, not just surface-level ideas. No fancy graphics, no unnecessary distractions, just pure, practical wisdom that speaks directly to your goals. Every video is crafted with care to help you build confidence, sharpen your thinking, and take smarter steps toward financial success. Here, it's not just about learning, it's about growing together. Subscribe and let's turn your curiosity into confidence, one book at a time. Let's discuss this summary into 5 simple lessons. Lesson 1. Desire and Debt. At the heart of the American spirit lies a bold promise: every individual can write their own story. 78% of Americans still believe that anyone can become rich and live the good life, a bounding optimism that makes America a uniquely seductive place to live and dream. Yet, beneath this shining hope, America's accelerated lifestyle breeds mounting anxiety, frustration, and a deep, restless unease. Technology, once a symbol of progress, has replaced tranquility. Many find themselves irritable, exhausted, and trapped in an endless race, struggling to meet the demands of work and family, aware that life satisfaction is slipping away. America's culture of fierce ambition is being exported worldwide, but at home, the American dream is now mortgaged to staggering debt. In a land of abundance, the problem is not need but a relentless craving for more, as consumption is promoted as the gateway to happiness. Adam Smith once observed that while self-interest and curiosity can drive personal and social progress, humans are equally driven by a need to be loved and socially accepted. Yet today, empathy and social concern, fragile qualities, learned through imitation, are overshadowed by a culture that measures success in material wealth, conspicuous consumption, and competitive struggle. Torsten Veblen's insights ring true: in a society where old hierarchies and loyalties are weaker, possessions have become the primary markers of status. Americans, self-selected, hard-working opportunists with an insatiable hunger for self-improvement, are caught in a paradox. The very traits that built a nation of opportunity now feed a cycle of endless striving, leaving many rich in goods but poor in peace. This book invites you to step back, reclaim your authorship, and write a story not of endless accumulation, but of balance, fulfillment, and deeper connection. Lesson 2. Of Risk and Reward. At the core of every American beats a dual force: temperament and character, the raw fire we're born with, and the steel we forge through choice and struggle. This is the foundation of personality, and it's what has shaped the American story from the beginning. An unshakable optimism, a belief that we can and we will triumph, fuels our willingness to take risks, to bet on ourselves, and to leap into the unknown. Restlessness is in our blood. We are the children of pioneers and explorers, people who chased the horizon with burning desire, who faced danger with curiosity, and who pressed forward with relentless persistence. We are drawn to where there's action, where the ground is new and the stakes are high. To be American, as Tocqueville wrote, is to be a person of burning desires, enterprising, adventurous, and always an innovator. This restless, untamed energy isn't just our heritage, it's our power. It is what pushes us over every next hill, drives us to build, to dream bigger, and to create a future no one else can see. This is the spirit that writes new stories and changes the world. Lesson 3. Appetite and abundance. In America's fast, high-tech world, we face a deep and dangerous paradox. The more mobile and connected we become, the less truly active and in tune with our bodies we are. Our biology, designed through thousands of years of hardship to store fat and survive famine, now clashes with a world of overwhelming abundance. The very traits that once saved lives, especially among Mexican Americans and Native Americans, now make many vulnerable to the toxic excesses of the modern American diet. Eating, once a sacred act of survival, has been hijacked by commercial forces and turned into entertainment. Slogans like, "You deserve a break today," have transformed food into a reward, severing its connection to real hunger and nutrition. In our 24-hour, demand-driven society, we've lost balance. We feed cravings, not bodies, and we satisfy impulses, not needs. Processed food now makes up 90% of what Americans buy, exploiting our natural attraction to sweet, salty, and savory flavors. But the cost is high, physically, mentally, and socially. Poor diets don't just harm our health, they fuel aggression, anxiety, and competition, fraying the social fabric. Even the brain, our most powerful tool, which demands a stable supply of energy and thrives on healthy fats, is starved of the fuel it needs to function at its best. The truth is powerful, our bodies are brilliantly built to survive scarcity, but they are not made for the flood of excess we now face. This is our call to realign, to reclaim the natural relationship between our bodies and food, to nourish not just for survival, but for strength, clarity, and connection. By honoring our biology and choosing balance over excess, we can turn this modern crisis into a revolution of health and empowerment. Lesson 4. Compassion and community. At our core, humans are wired for connection. Living in close-knit groups of 8 to 20 people is not only our natural state, it is the most efficient and fulfilling. Within these circles, intelligence thrives through competitive collaboration, as we push each other to learn, adapt, and grow. Far beyond mere economic systems, markets originally served as the heartbeat of community life, a space where people exchanged not just goods, but stories, knowledge, and trust. Empathy, much like language, is not simply innate but learned through these social bonds. It is empathy that lifts us beyond self-interest, allowing us to feel the joy and suffering of others, and to build societies that care and endure. Yet, in today's world of growing affluence, we face an alarming paradox. As material wealth has increased, happiness has declined. Marriages strain, work feels empty, financial satisfaction slips away, and even our homes, once sanctuaries, fail to comfort. The truth is clear, it is intimacy, not materialism, that shields us from life's stresses. Meaning is not found in possessions, but in the social bonds we forge. Happiness flows from the warmth of companionship, from friendships that nourish the heart and soul. If we are to reclaim joy and resilience in our modern lives, we must return to what is timeless, deep connection, shared purpose, and the simple, powerful act of caring for one another. Lesson 5. Finding balance in the age of the merchant. In the frenzy of our demand-driven, material world, we are losing touch with the very source of real happiness, the present moment. The constant pull of novelty and the chase for greater material perfection crowd out our awareness, fragmenting our time and severing our connection to ourselves and to others. True happiness, however, is not found in the pursuit of pleasure or possessions, it is rooted in how we choose to live in time, in harmony with our own rhythms and in genuine presence with those around us. The delicate flow of our inner experience, tied not to clocks, but to ancient, planetary cycles, holds the key to balance and joy. While the world's schedules demand coordination, it is emotional honesty and mindful living in each moment that bring personal happiness. As Tom wisely observed, happiness cannot be pursued like a prize, it wells up from within when we align our lives with authenticity and meaning. Finding that happiness is no one else's responsibility, it belongs to each of us. And yet, it is deeply social. The secret to immortality lies not in extending our years, but in the society and the legacy we leave behind. Physical exercise, as simple as it may seem, can unify our scattered days, grounding us back into the rhythm of life and the body, serving as a bridge between the demands of the outer world and the needs of our inner world. America, a nation founded on freedom and self-examination, must remember that commercial success is only one thread in the fabric of a civil society. The deeper wealth comes from reclaiming presence, nurturing relationships, and living with the kind of self-awareness that lets happiness rise naturally, untouched by the relentless noise of excess. The path forward is not about chasing more, but about choosing less distraction, less noise, less pursuit of empty rewards. It is about returning to the present, where real life unfolds. By slowing down, by moving our bodies, by living honestly in each moment, we reconnect with the deep, ancient rhythms that sustain true well-being. Happiness is not out there in the next purchase or achievement, it is here, waiting to well up from within when we live in harmony with ourselves and in meaningful connection with others. The challenge is great in a world built to pull us away, but the reward is greater, a life of balance, inner peace, and a legacy that endures not in things, but in the society and relationships we nurture. This is where real success lies, and it begins with the simple, courageous choice to live fully, right now. American Mania leaves us with a powerful truth: our relentless chase for more speed, more success, more stuff, has pulled us away from the very things that make us whole. True happiness isn't found in the frenzy of materialism, but in slowing down, living honestly in the present, reconnecting with our bodies, our relationships, and the deeper rhythms that have guided humanity for millennia. The real wealth of life lies not in possessions, but in balance, intimacy, and purpose. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what book should we explore next? Your voice matters here, and together, we can keep this conversation growing.